So you're looking for a third place. Good. We're here to help. Like actually help. Because while we love talking about theories and concepts, we want you to have real tools and knowledge to find the second home you're searching for. A home where you'll find new friends and enjoy new experiences. We're serious. Everything you will see and hear about, we've actually been there and filmed. All original, all for you. My name is Jared. I'm the creator of Not Just the Hobby, the place to discover a new hobby. And today, we're going to walk through the process of finding, trying, and joining a community space with Not Just a Space. Our goal here is to give you guidance and actionable next steps, because that's the core of everything we do here at Not Just the Hobby. Ready? Let's go. Let us introduce to you the concept of a space. There are two key details that define a space. One, a community gathering place, much like the idea of a third place. And two, a common interest. We have this because, well, we want you to join a third place that fits you and your interests. Third places speak really well to the idea of a gathering place, like parks or gyms. The thought that we need more places outside of work or home where you can go with friends and feel comfortable. Also, the thought that these should be accessible to basically everyone. And we completely agree. But here, with Not Just a Space, we want to help you add more to your life, to help you find new friends, try new experiences, and be around people that like the things you like. A physical place is a starting point, but not how it magically happens. This is why we have the idea of spaces. Community hubs where people have a shared interest. It's through this shared interest that will help facilitate everything you're looking for. And these brackets mark this idea. Yeah, it's a space, a physical place, but in these four walls, there's a specific community that thrives. That's what we focus on with spaces, because people are what make these spaces warm and inviting. While you will eventually keep coming back, what makes this all possible. And that will include you. Before we dive in, we need to have a heart-to-heart. Hey, it's me, Jared. If you're watching this, you're looking for a second home. I'm glad you're taking a forward step to making that a reality by learning how. But to continue watching, you have to promise me this. You are going to try. You're going to wake up one day and walk into a place you've never been and try to get involved. I truly want you to have a space for yourself in the near future, but I can't help you if you aren't ready to step outside of your comfort zone. You will have to leave your room. You will have to talk to strangers. It will be nerve-wracking. It is for everybody, extrovert or introvert. But just think of all the amazing experiences you've had in your life so far. It has all started with trying something new. Everything I've filmed and built for Not Just a Space is to help ease you into taking action. But you will always need to take action. So if you can't promise me that you will try, it's time for you to click away. You can come back when you're ready. We aren't going anywhere. For the rest of you, we're going to walk through everything about spaces, finding one, getting involved, and becoming a regular. You're welcome to jump to the chapters you feel ready for. Otherwise, let's start from the beginning. Sound good? Ready? Great, let's dive in. If you were to list out what spaces you think are out there, what would you say? Churches? Bars? Libraries? You're not wrong. But what if I said boxing gyms, independent bookstores, yarn shops? How about pottery studios? We often look at these types of places as storefronts or businesses, which they are, but they are because they have to be. They're really working towards being spaces to bring together people that enjoy the interests they are providing. Here's an art cafe, Pink Frog Cafe. You've probably been in a cafe or coffee shop. You've stopped in, enjoyed how cozy they are, and bought a beverage, maybe sat around for a bit. But have you looked at their bulletin boards? Asked them about their events? Pink Frog hosts meetups and music nights. They're open late, and people lounge all day, working side by side and chatting it up. Yet, on the surface, they're just a cafe, just a coffee shop. And this isn't one of one. Here's another, the Daily Press, across town with its own vibe and community. They host a chess club and do karaoke nights. This is the first step, seeing and knowing that we are surrounded by spaces. And many times, they take forms that we are already familiar with, but have never thought much of. We have these blinders on when we think about the purpose of a bookstore or a yarn shop or any local spot. The blinders being that they serve a singular purpose and that's it. That's just the tip of the iceberg. And they're not trying to hide these deeper experiences from you. Quite literally the opposite. Many of them put up posters and post online about what they're up to. They're constantly trying to bring together the communities they service. They want you to come say hi and check out an event happening this coming weekend. A person who runs an independent arcade loves arcade games. Of course they want to meet other arcade enthusiasts. The regulars want to play against new folks too. There really is a whole new world in each one of these spaces once you take the blinders off. And don't worry, we're here to help show you a taste of each one. The second myth for me to bust is, you don't need to be an active participant of their interests to walk through their doors. You can want to be a writer, never having taken a serious attempt at writing yet, and still walk into a bookstore and sit in on a writer's meetup. You can know nothing about pool and enter a pool hall to start learning. As long as you behave, you're more than welcome to join any activity or event at any space. All of these experiences, all of these people are behind the doors you pass by every single day when you're out and about. I'm sure you've already peeked inside some of them. It's this deeper layer that is a whole new world for you to explore. And what that takes is an open mind and investigating what catches your interest. Searching. Now, what space is good for you? Huge question, lots of variables, lots of pressure to put on me as well. Thinking about your type of space really begins with thinking about yourself. So talk to me a bit. What do you like? A big reason why we emphasize a common interest for spaces is because the reality is you're not going to like every community space. And it's a two-way street. The space might not be built for you. If you don't want to throw punches or intensely sweat, why would you go to a boxing gym? If you like video games, you might want to check out a gaming cafe or an independent arcade. You're more than welcome in all of these types of spaces. In fact, we really encourage you to try everything because you never know what joy you might stumble into. But in an effort to set you up for success, exploring your personal likes and dislikes will better focus you and your search. Just think broad strokes about what you already personally enjoy. What are the hobbies you have now or enjoyed in the past? What are some activities you have always wanted to try or take part in? How would you like to relax and let go after a busy week? You may naturally lead into certain types of spaces. If you like music videos and dancing, a dance studio makes sense to try. If you want a place to do your own thing, a cafe may be a good place to spend time in. You know yourself best. You know what you may actually find interesting and enjoyable. And this really tackles the overwhelming thought of how many spaces are out there for you to try. Take some mental notes. Or even better, put pen to paper and make a list. Do you want to get more physically active? Or just sit around with cool people and talk the night away? There is a space that will fit the overall style you're looking for, but don't get lost in listing out the fine details. Asking for a space to fit the exact specs and dimensions you have in mind is a bit ludicrous. It's more of a, yes, I want to play video games with other people, not, I want to play video games on a snow peak mountain with hot green tea and massage. Temper your imagination a bit. We're talking about real, physical places inhabited by real people. That comes with all its quirks, uniqueness, and realities. We've crafted a set of starter questions to ask yourself on our website. The next part is considering what each space tends to offer, what the community within them tends to be built around. This is a really fun part. All you're doing here is exploring and learning. You're seeing what their common interest is all about and whether or not it's something you want to spend more time with. Pool halls are built around cue games, 8-ball, 9-ball, billiards, so forth. They're games of skill. It requires patience. it can be very competitive. It is a sport, and there's a lot of time spent mingling. Yarn shops are built around the arts and crafts, primarily knitting and crochet. It's way more mellow and focused on creating and sharing. The list goes on and on. There isn't a single place we can point you to that isn't us to learn about what's out there. And that's exactly why we exist. We spend time with many different types of spaces, talk to the folks there, and share many of the events they do. Our goal is to give you a framework of each type of space so you feel confident and informed to walk in yourself. You can start browsing with us at notjustaspace.com. But we're not the only way. We're just another avenue to start. Beyond us, you can continue going about your typical day, entering spaces, but this time taking an extra moment to look at any flyers hanging or asking if they host any events at times you're not usually around. If you see a space that's unfamiliar but looks interesting, take that step in. You don't have to sign up for anything, just check it out. If they're not busy, you're often able to ask the person at the front for more information about what the space is all about. They may even give you a light tour around. You can even hop on maps to just see what's around you and explore them with a new lens you have on spaces. As you start seeing more and more possibilities, you'll want to start thinking about the qualities of a space that are appealing to you and what you are looking for. Simply put, what are you looking for in a space? Do you want a quiet space to do your existing hobby? Or do you want to pick up a new hobby alongside others? Do you want to make new friends? You'll gradually start connecting these answers with your personal likes and interests. It'll be fairly subconscious of knowing whether or not you're interested in each space. But, as always, don't knock it till you try it. If you're on the fence, if it feels like a maybe, put it on the yes list for you to try. Because a few moments in a space, or a video showcasing one, will only be able to give you so much information. To get a full picture of what the space is like and the people that regularly visit, you will need to spend an extended amount of time there. And that's the next step. Engaging. New spaces are intimidating. You can watch every video we've made for Not Just a Space, read all the additional resources we have created, stare at all the photos on maps, but still, the nerves will be there. I'm not here to say it's easy. I am here to say it's way easier than you'd expect. Let me illustrate this with one example. Dance studios. You've never stepped into a dance studio. Actually, step back. You've never even danced before. Maybe in your bedroom where nobody is looking, but you love watching people dance. Heading to a dance studio feels like a massive jump. Dance studios know that. They have classes specifically for beginners, for people who just want to try it. It's a step-by-step instructional with a teacher who knows they're teaching beginners. And also, let's note that they were once a beginner too. Everybody in your class is a beginner. You're all in this new experience together. Everybody is going to be embarrassed, mess up, and feel a little silly. You're not alone. You're never alone in these spaces. And you're here to have fun. Everybody else is too. And guess what? You all like dance. It's a conversation starter. I mean, you're in a dance studio. Ask them how they did that move. Did they see that new music video? Where's their outfit from? Once class ends, talk about the class. What did you like? What did you struggle with? Are they coming back? Maybe you two can take the same class together. Great, let's trade numbers. That's the beautiful part of spaces. You and everybody else is there because you have the same interests. It makes it so much easier to meet people and start conversations. Let me also tell you a not so secret secret. Most, if not all of the people you run into in a public community space like these are open to some kind of interaction. If they weren't, they would be at home. Yeah, some folks will have headphones on, music blasting, use your brain and not bother anybody that seems to be focused on doing their own thing. But you'll find there are so many moments, whether you're waiting for your pottery class to start or debating what board games to try next, that are ripe for you to engage with. Introduce yourself, give a compliment, ask for help. People love helping new folks out as they want you to get involved and save you from any mistakes they made starting out. It's an easy way to get into a group and let the conversation flow. You'll soon learn each other's names, where you're coming from, and what brought you there. Everybody is there to learn, have fun, and make friends. That's why all of these places exist. That's why they all want you to come. You can just walk in and start. But let's make engaging even easier. Events.
You're like, I was right there.
I love this part, because to film everything you're seeing, I was actually there. And wow, there are so many cool and welcoming events Spaces hosts. Last Place on Earth, a board game cafe, does live interactive D&D improv shows. Outbox Gym, a trans-owned boxing gym, hosts entire parties, some of them where you can get tattoos. Events are created and curated for the community in these spaces, and you can dip your toes in with these events to feel their overall vibe. Because this is where the community of each space really comes together. A Yarn Shops community is going to show up for a knit night. A Pool Halls community is going to come together for an amateur tournament. And oftentimes, there's something to focus on, an activity or show. An important thing to note here is that a type of space doesn't only host events related to their shared interests. They may be adjacent, like pool halls also hosting sports watch parties, gaming cafes hosting live video game music nights. You'll really start to see how much personality and life people bring to each space, and really how much fun people have. If you need to warm up a bit, you can simply just watch. The important thing is to show up, see people, and check out the vibe. There are literal dance battles and dance studios you can watch. No need to dance. Maybe next time, when you're ready. I can go on and on about events. Weekly fighting game tournaments, makers nights, open mics. We highlight many of them in each of our videos. And your local spaces will look a little different from the ones we've captured. Our goal is to effectively give you a framework to understand what generally goes on in each one, and the vibe they may have. The best way to find these events is following the space's social media pages, or what I highly recommend is stopping by and asking. You can see the space, check out how to get there, and feel it out. A few points to note here as well. Under each type of space, there are so many different expressions of it. Black Spring Books has couches and is made to feel like your living room, and has a gorgeous backyard space for open mics and music nights. Quimby's Bookstore is all about alternative literature and zines, self-published magazines on topics ranging from favorite restaurants to gender to astrology. So if you don't particularly like how one expression of a type of space feels, but still enjoy the idea of the space, try another one. It will take exploration on your part, but if you enjoy spending time in a bookstore, then keep trying to find your flavor of bookstore. It's also not just what they offer, but the culture and community within each one is unique. A hip-hop dance studio definitely will find yourself rocking to R&B, soul, rap. A contemporary gaming cafe definitely will find yourself near folks playing the latest releases and keeping up with the esports scene. It's a bit of a rabbit hole, and that's the great part. No matter how niche you look, there's probably a space with folks you're looking to hang out with and befriend, and feels the way you're hoping for it to feel. Lastly, a part to consider is how it fits into your life. Some of us are working during the day, some of us take the night shift. Some spaces are filled with noise, others are more relaxed. Spaces work the same way, as many of them fit the community that surrounds them. Yarn shops are fairly calm. Independent arcades can be very loud. This is looking more at what will realistically fit your schedule and energy level. Spaces are very flexible, and there's no set requirement for how often you need to come or participate. Some questions to ask yourself here. How often does a space host events? Can I normally fit them into my schedule? Do I feel like this is where I'll be motivated to go when I have free time? Is their location convenient for me? Questions like these will help align what spaces may end up realistically working best for you. At the end of the day, it's about the people. It's what makes rooms warm, conversations lively, what provides the atmosphere and defines the aesthetic, and most likely, what will keep you coming back. People, in turn, the community, is what makes this all possible. That's an important way to look at this journey you're embarking on. Yes, you're looking for a physical place to enjoy and keep returning to, but you're really joining the community that inhabits them. Eventually, what the space looks like, where it's located, sort of falls into the background, especially as you become more comfortable. In each space, there are different types of communities, and the people within them have different interests and perspectives on the world. We sort of mentioned this earlier with how each type of space has many expressions. There's traditional boxing gyms, queer boxing gyms, women's boxing gyms, and within each one, their communities approach boxing in their own way. As a result, their values differ as well. That's how you should be looking at each community you're encountering, with your values. You already know many of them subconsciously, maybe very publicly. And there's not too much for us to say here, as this is between you and what you see and hear as you explore. But we just want to share a few pieces to consider. 1. Be respectful of other people's values. You'll frequently be presented with new ideas or experiences. You don't have to agree or disagree, just see what's up. Remember, at first, as you're exploring, you're in their space. You're the guest. These are safe spaces for the communities you're visiting, and many aspects have come about for a reason. 2. You are not obligated to change your values to fit into a space. Look, if you like boxing but don't want to box anybody, maybe you consider yourself a pacifist. You don't have to. And there are plenty of boxing gyms where you can just work with a punching bag. You can say no. You can also leave if you feel uncomfortable. You also do not have to return if you don't want to. 3. You're not here to shape the space, yet. This doesn't mean your perspective isn't valuable, it's equally as valuable. But until you've spent time and contributed to the space, don't attempt to impose your values on their space. Imagine a stranger coming into your bedroom and suggesting ways for you to change it. It's unsolicited and fairly disrespectful. Now, if your friend did it, that's a different story. 4. For most people, you'll be running into them during their off hours. And it probably is for you. So most people are just trying to relax and have a good time. What that looks like for each space is different. Some folks could be coding their own projects. Others could be cracking jokes with their group of friends. Though, it's good to set the tone that most people are there to enjoy themselves. Many of the values you'll see will reflect that attitude. As you explore many spaces, keep your values in mind as you learn about theirs. This is really just having conversations with the people in the space and allowing everything to come out naturally. They should be people you like and feel comfortable around. And what that means to you is for you to decide and navigate.
Don't talk to me. Oh, no. Hey, you're just bragging. I said
Becoming a regular. You walk in and everybody knows who you are. You catch up with your friends, you feel comfortable and ready to hang out. It's completely possible. You see it all the time. And that's the goal. Getting there, to being a regular, is the second half of your journey. There's no real formula. There's not even a real consistent definition of a regular. It's just somebody who's there a good amount of the time. And while there is no formula, there's definitely overarching qualities and actions that get you to the status of being a regular. We're gonna walk you through what those are. First, as we keep drilling into your head, is to show up. And if you're liking what you've experienced so far, the next step is simple. Do it again. And again, and again. People will recognize you. Whether it's the barista or another regular. and you'll just get more and more comfortable with the space itself. You'll find the seat you like, or start a new habit to get your body moving. People will start saying hi or asking questions, and you can make it happen as fast or as slow as you want. You can be the one approaching people, or you can just do your own thing and enjoy the class, event, or moment without trying to learn everybody's name. You don't always have to be engaging at 100%, but it has to be more than 0%, and showing up is more than enough sometimes. It's more about familiarizing yourself with the space and the community within it, and allowing others to become familiar with you. Remember, these are real people that need to get comfortable with you, just as much as you're getting to know them.
I won't, I promise. That's my goal.
You'll start running into the same folks, people that are looking to build a second home in the same place as you. And you'll naturally end up chatting with them. Hey, I saw you last week. What's up? Want to join up for a game this time? I saw you on stage. How's it going? You show up, you engage, you come back. And just as important, you give as much as you take. These are community hubs. A community thrives on its members actively participating and working to make it a safe, inclusive, and comfortable place for folks to come together. That means supporting the events being hosted, whether that's attending or sharing it with other people that may be interested. Helping keep the space feel warm and inviting by speaking to new people and inviting them to join you. If you want this to be your second home, treat it like your second home. Take care of the furniture. Don't make a huge mess. If you are only taking, expecting the space to constantly be hosting events, staying neat, and being fun, you're not really a regular, a customer at best. And giving is more about being present and adding to the environment. Care for the space, and the space will care for you. Here are a handful more tips in becoming a regular. 1. Get to know the staff. These are the folks keeping the space running. They usually love the space as much as you, and you'll see them around all the time. It's not uncommon for the staff to come in and hang out on their downtime. 2. Learn names, say hi. Breaking the proverbial ice with the common faces you see makes things so much easier. Take a deep breath and approach these people. A simple hello, and I just want to introduce myself, goes a long way. Once you break that ice, it makes the next time you see them so much more comfortable for the both of you. 3. Stay connected. Not everybody is there at the same time, but the fun doesn't have to stop. As you get to know more folks there, ask for numbers or their social media handles. Get to know them more and stay in touch with them. Cheer them on. 4. Stop by during off-peak hours. We all tend to participate when we know things will be lively and full, but it's when things are slower and calm is where you'll really get to know the space and the people there. No distractions or activities, just you and the others catching up. These are often times when future events are being planned and worked on as well. 5. Give feedback. All spaces want to improve, and it's fairly uncommon to hear full feedback about an event or aspect of the space. Sharing how you feel is valuable and shows that you want the future of the space to be better. Be kind and considerate. Everybody is trying their best. Fostering the space. You're a regular. I'm jealous. Because now you're the cool kid on the block, in the space. You know where things are, what events are happening, who's behind the counter. Suddenly you find yourself at home, away from home. Pretty awesome, huh? This part is about fostering the space, keeping it alive and well. Because once you're a regular, you'll want to continue having the space you now love and care for. A vast majority of spaces are small businesses, and that's how they feel so homey and intimate. They're usually run by a single person who is striving to create a space for people and the communities that they love. But bills still need to be paid, walls to be painted, chairs to be fixed. There are many little things we can do as regulars and members of a space to keep it going and healthy. 1. Stick around after events. You probably already are if you're a regular, just to catch up with your new friends. Staying around while people are cleaning up and putting everything back together keeps the rooms warm, literally and figuratively. I definitely encourage you to help too. It's a shared sense of responsibility for the space. The faster it all gets put back together, the faster everybody can go back to hanging out or heading home for the day.
Happy home. Nice show.
I know, I was like, where are my data center friends?
Yeah.
2. Be an ambassador. I've already mentioned helping new folks when they come in. Continue this help. As a regular, you pick up so many little bits of knowledge that can really help a new person get comfortable, like what games are best to start with, or specialty drinks to try. Be the friend you wanted when you first came in. 3. Buy a t-shirt. This extra purchase goes a long way. It gives you a new piece of clothing with your favorite space on it and goes directly to supporting your second home. If they don't have merch yet, a small donation does the same. 4. Help host events or host your own. New ideas keep things fresh and active. If you have an idea, see what you can do to make it a reality. And you don't have to do it alone. Ask the new friends you have if they'd like to join in on your idea. 5. Spread the love. There can be a tendency to gatekeep people from spaces, mostly because these people don't want things to change. Don't be this person. You may see this as protecting the space, but you're really just protecting yourself, like a child who won't share their toy. Remember who you were at the beginning of this process, lost and with no comfortable place to meet other like-minded folks. Gatekeeping keeps these lost people in the dark. Invite people who you think would enjoy the space. Share the events that are happening. 6. Support other spaces. You may not be a regular at other spaces, but you'll definitely be aware of them as you get more involved. Support them as well. Community spaces are a community themselves. Keeping community spaces going means more opportunities for people to find their second home. The goal we should all have is everybody having access to a space that fits them. And that means keeping spaces healthy and ongoing. And that requires some energy. Between the staff and the regulars like you, that energy is all there. It's that time.
Good night.
Remember that promise you made me when you started this journey? You promised me that you would go try to visit a space and try to get involved. I kept up my end by sharing everything I could to help you find your community space. And I'll be continuing to craft videos to help make browsing easier and writing more on our website. But now, it's time for you to take action. It's the only thing left for you to do. You can start small by seeing what types of spaces are out there, right here with Not Just a Space, or head outside right now and start exploring on your own. It all starts with one step. With that one step into a space, you can be on your way to making new friendships, trying new experiences, and having a second home where you belong. You just need to try.
Thanks for watching this guide by Not Just a Hobby. Discover more about spaces and hobbies at notjustahobby.com and subscribe to see our latest episodes.